Welcome to the Filthy Truth. My name is Lynn Nelson. I feel like my camera keeps shifting every time I come on here to do a podcast. How are you guys doing? It is Tuesday night, regular time for Filthy Truth. How's it going? Please like and share this so that everybody can see this so that we can beat those shadow banning, because guess what? Those algorithms are hitting us pretty dang hard. So please, please, please share. I'm actually going to share this to one more group here as I'm speaking, because that's what I do. And it's got to go here. See, oh, there we go. All right. So I did my part. I liked and shared. So let's see you guys do that. All right, guys. Welcome to Tuesday Night Filthy Truth. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy busy day. And I actually was supposed to do a really, really big interview today, but I didn't actually ended up having the time to do it. So I'm going to be re-recording that interview. We're going to get this girl down. And it's going to be a really, really cool interview because it is the Raven part 2, basically, from Project Thanos. So it's going to be some pretty cool things that we're coming up with. We actually have a really cool idea in the works on how we can create a group so that we always have the best speakers talking to you, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of hearing the same people talk about the same topic over and over and over again. You go to the rallies and it's always the same speakers. It's always the same message about ivermectin. It's always the same message about masks don't work. We all know this. We all want solutions because we know what the problem is. We know what we're facing. Well, we don't know what we're facing, but we know what's coming down the pipe a little bit, and we know what's going on. And we want to know what to do as a society, right? We want to know what the hell to do as people. We want to know what the hell to do, like, to save our families. So I was actually going through YouTube just before I got on here, and I was looking for that Raging Dissident Fake Canadians. I haven't been able to find it, so I wonder if on YouTube if they took it off, because I was looking for it, because it was really it was such a good conversation, and it really leads me to the Southwest air, what was it, the pilot strike. So this is kind of what I'm saying. When we did Project Thanos, it was a really different spin on how Project Thanos was, because we had speakers in there that nobody hears. You know, you had Shadow Davis talking about the stuff from the media when he was on doing radio. It's not stuff that you hear every single day. Like, you hear us talk on here, we talk about, we talk to COVID injured people. We talk to, people who have been and some of the higher ups and kind of have like their own issues to deal with. We've talked to people in wellness. We've talked to all these people. But what we really want to do is we want new speakers to come on here with new ideas about what's actually happening. So when we had Raven come on the Project Thanos, I don't know how many of you guys, maybe give me a thumbs up or tell me that you guys were there, give me a wave and let me know if you guys were on the Project Thanos conversation. But we talked about things that aren't normally talked about. We talked about the banking collapsing, so what happens when the banks collapse? What's happening right now? Why is our gas $1.42? Why is it that 5 bags of groceries are costing you $300? Why is it that, all the costs of our housing, the cost of our insurance, the cost of food, the cost of water, the cost of everything is going up, but yet our inflation only says that it went up 1%? Right? It's kind of looking at things in a different spin, and it's kind of looking at things in a different view, and it's really trying to bring in a different perspective of what's actually happening. Because again, I don't know about you, but I'm so sick of hearing about ivermectin and how doctors are getting laid off and fired. They can't prescribe it. We all know it works, but I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I'm also sick and tired of hearing about the masks. If you guys are still wearing a mask, it's a choice to wear a mask. If you guys are choosing not to wear a mask, it's because you guys, managed to find enough bravery, enough courage, enough ball sack, or enough testicular fortitude is what I like to call it, and you guys don't wear a mask. There's just so many conversations we can have about these things, but we need to really we really want to move the needle forward and change it. So this is kind of what we're going to do with Thanos. We are going to put together a whole different package of how Thanos is going to be run, and it will be Thanos the Filthy Truth, like Project Thanos the Filthy Truth, and we're going to do it through a membership. And through that membership, you guys are going to get access to all of these really big known people that are doing a lot of behind the scenes work. So instead of always having town halls, instead of always doing these kind of things that cause us to have so much more work, we're actually just going to condense it, throw it all in, and we're going to have a weekly or bi-weekly Zoom chats, and we're going to get these big heavy hitters on here so that you guys can have all of your questions answered. Right? Doesn't that make sense? So when you think about it, how many people here, if you guys were watching Thanos, how many of you guys, did what, Raven said to do, right? Like how many people went and got 3 months worth of food? I'm going to say probably we had a couple hundred watching it, maybe 10 people, maybe. We keep ourselves distracted. We get so comfortable with the distractions, right? The Jets are starting to play, the hockey's back. We have things like, excuse me, like football is back. The basketball players are making some noise and saying, I'm not doing the shot. There's not enough proof on it, blah, 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 blah. I actually was going through the CTV Winnipeg Facebook page this just like about 15, 20 minutes ago. And they have this new pill that's coming out, and they're like, oh, there's not enough data on this new pill. We could be excited about it, but there's not enough data to actually even put it out in the public right now. If you actually watch Project Veritas and you actually listen to what one of the guys who had been working there for 20 years had said, they don't know where they're getting this data from. They don't know where Pfizer's getting this data. So you have Pfizer who's fudging up some numbers. You've got a governor in Puerto Rico that's saying we're going to give you $9,000 to change your death certificate to COVID. That's really awesome, Louise, that you have 2 years of food. That's like fantastic. Like I love hearing when people are already jacked up and stocked up on their stuff, because that's like, it shows that you guys are, like even if you guys watched the conversation that I had yesterday with Jasmine, like it shows us that we're ready to work and put the time in to actually take care of ourselves. What's this? Pfizer and Merck are working on a COVID pill based off of ivermectin. Well, it's because ivermectin works, and they want to try to make money off of ivermectin because it is you can't patent it. You can't make money off of ivermectin, but I guess they'll find a way. So it's just to say, right, like how many people are actually taking action. So through this membership, our goal is to create action. Our goal is to create steps forward. Our goal is to help educate you guys as much as we can and to help kind of move the needle forward. So I had a lot of people ask me and talk to me recently about, well, what are you going to do? Well, what are you going to do? And honestly, at this point, I'm still, trying to figure out how to do this with my family and making sure that my kids have the most normal life as they can, because we have kids. We have a lot of kids here at home, and we want to make sure that those kids have the best future that we can, just like you guys, all the parents here who are watching, right? We all are kind of scratching our heads going, well, what do we do? What do we do? Well, if you guys don't have food, that's going to be the first place to start, right? If you guys are, and I'm going to get to the shot in a second, because I'm going to show you guys this tonight. And actually, maybe I won't do it just yet, but I will share my screen with my producer here. And what I'm going to do is we're actually going to talk about this tonight, and then I'm going to bring this up with Jasmine next week. If you guys are sitting there and we're talking about these forced shots, these forced mandates, these forced, everybody's saying like we don't have a choice. Like even the guy who was watching, if you guys watch that Project Veritas with the guy from Pfizer, he was saying himself, he doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. But we do have choices. I just found out my ex-husband got his first shot to keep his job, and I know that hurt my kids' feelings when they found that out, because he was so dead set against it. So they have us by the balls, so they like to think. But here we go. We need to make sure that if you guys feel like you guys have the world or they got you by the balls, then take a look at this. I'm going to try to make this a big screen here. I'm not 100% sure how to do that. All right, here we go. It's about 2 minutes here. There's no sound to it. Or maybe there is. Oh, here we go. All right, so what they're doing here, I'm just going to pause that. So what they're doing here, so this person here got the vaccination, got the shot, got the jibbity jab jab. And you can see like where the little red dot is. So this is called vampire cupping. And if you can see right by that little red dot, this is like minutes, maybe minutes after this person got the shot. So as they kind of go through it, they're explaining what's happening in this footage. And then you see that they have like that little razor blade right beside them. Okay. So you see how they're kind of pushing it out. And then they're going to start putting little nicks in the skin. All right. So as they kind of start to poke holes through this little skin, you can see that the blood is starting to come out. It's no more than getting a tattoo. This hurts no more than getting a tattoo. So as they kind of do that, they put the cup back on. And then they pull that out. And this is called vampire cupping. So as you can see, they're pulling out some blood because, of course, you're cupping this. And what's going to happen is, so you got some of that blood. That blood's toxic. All right, Alex, you can take that off. That blood is toxic. So what ends up happening through the vampire cupping? You go and get this vampire cupping. And this is a scientist that figured this out in Russia in September of 2020. And through that injection site, when you get it cupped there, it pulls the toxins out. So up to 70% is what I was told comes out of the injection site when you guys do this within minutes. So for those of you guys who are sitting there telling me you don't have a choice, you have to do it to do this and to do that and to do whatever, this could be a really amazing way to keep that poison out of your body. So it's little ways to look at things, and it's different ways to try to protect yourselves. I know a lot of people who go for detoxes after this, like literally the day of, they do a detox before, they do a detox after, they, do a vitamin like top up the day before. They do a vitamin top up that right after they get this stuff put into their bodies, and it's supposed to help, reduce as much harm as possible. So that is called vampire cupping. Interesting. Didn't really know too much about it until last night. Looked into it a little bit more, and it's pretty interesting. The theory behind it. Is it all like, do they get everything out? No, because at that point, even no matter what, the second it goes in, they say something like, I think for women, it's something like 36%, or it might even be higher, go right to your ovaries. So this is a traveling shot. It goes, and then for the boys, of course, it goes to the heart, and that's where the inflammation of the heart comes from. So that is vampire cupping. So it was really neat. It was really interesting to see the different techniques on how to help fight and combat this shot. I was talking with somebody else. I do know Jasmine was saying last night that she is looking into it, and she is looking into starting this. She's done some cupping before. And so if you guys have any questions, you guys are more than for sure. Maybe Alex, can you pop up Jasmine's organictherapy.ca there? You guys can definitely give her a call and talk to her about that for sure, and find out about this. If you guys know anybody that has to go and get it, and they're stuck to the wall and they don't know what else to do, and there's too much fear, or there's too much of this, or there's too much of that, whatever, maybe this is an option. Maybe this is a way to get it done. Of course, we're going to talk about detoxing, and she's going to talk about that because you got a lot of inflammation after that happens. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of the body as much as we can. It's a traumatic experience when your body gets an like a shot like that, and it's mRNA, which means it's like it's got nothing natural in it. Nothing natural in it. So you want to make sure that you guys are taking care of your bodies as much as you can. It doesn't stay in your arm. That's why you literally have to get it within that first, like, you got 10-15 minutes. So if you have, like, if somebody wants to do this as a get yourself well versed in this, then you don't have a lot of time. You don't. If it's after 30 minutes, forget it. You might get some out, but you probably won't get a lot out. It spreads through your whole body. It does not stay in your arm. You're 100% right. How's it going, Laura? Hope you're doing well. Hope that sciatic is okay. I know that I remember that from last night. I hope that you were working on your core today. That was a huge one. All right, to continue on with the news that I was kind of going through today, Southwest, of course, had their strike. So sorry, Alex, this isn't the one. Um, they had their strike today, so they had, or sorry, on Saturday, Sunday, today as well, and or yesterday. I keep thinking today's Monday. Dang. And Tuesday, of course, they're still dealing with the effects of this. So what happened is that they were blaming the and I was looking for this dang video so that it could explain it, but I can't seem to find it. So they actually had they had somebody explain to it because they said that the flight control was being bombarded, and then of course they said it was weather, while the actual association of the flight control said, you know what, it had nothing to do with us, we were all fine, we were all firing on all cylinders. And then of course everybody can, I mean, you can look across the country and you can see where the storms were, right? So they can't even blame it. So they have a he said she said match right now because the pilots union is saying that the pilots are not going on strike, but yet there's no pilots to fly the planes, there's no workers to work the planes because of the forced mandated shot. So I have to say to Southwest, you guys have the biggest set of balls that I've ever seen in a company stand up to this bullshit. 100% yes. Because this is what we need. We need a little bit of American in the Canadian freaking, in a Canadian person. We don't have any balls here. We have a handful. We have a handful. We have nobody. Can you imagine if the people from CN stood up and said no, and they all stood up? There would be no more trains. But only like 20 are standing up for it. Can you imagine if all the nurses and the doctors said no? Can you imagine if all the teachers said no? Can you imagine back in, when did this start? January? Can you imagine in everybody in January said no? They wouldn't have a leg to stand on. So we have a handful of Canadians with a sack, and we have way more Americans with freaking huge sacks, and they are standing up for what is right. They are standing up for what is right. And thank God us Canadians have people like the US right beside us, because they're the ones that are going to help fight this. And they're the ones that the handful of Canadians are going to have to join forces with our American friends so that we can win this. Because I was reading on the Candace Owens. Actually, let me pull that up. Candace Owen tweeted today, or not tweeted. Well, maybe tweeted. I don't have Twitter. I don't know how to work Twitter. I think I'm like the only 40-year-old that doesn't know how to work Twitter. I think, anyways. Where was that? I just saw it there earlier today. So Candace Owen said that we are at World War III. And if you don't believe us, just look at what's happening in Australia. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I saw that. Yeah, it was a tweet. Candace Owen has a sack. She's a good fighter, man. We need that. Okay, Rob, I don't use Twitter. I don't know. I've never used Twitter. I've never understood how it works. But she tweeted today that there's World War III. It's the war of the bioweapons. They're using the shot. We all know this. We all know that the shot is going to be used as a bioweapon. But do you know that the reason, like, if you kind of go behind that, if you took COVID away, if you took, the passports away, then they are trying to figure out a different way to govern you and control you. If you look at not Project Thanos, that's my project. If you look at Agenda 2030, it kind of says it all in there. And how many of you guys here have actually read through, what the Agenda 2030 is? How many of you guys have actually even listened to, all the G7s and all of those conversations that they had in the past? How many of you guys have actually read what's the book called? I don't have it in front of me. And it's was a war on COVID-19, but the reality of what was behind the scenes of COVID-19. COVID-19 is that smokescreen to keep you busy. So while you guys are sitting there and you guys are fighting about a needle, and while we're talking about a needle, they're winning the actual battle of getting everybody so scared, and they're actually creating that two-tiered level system. I was listening to somebody talking on TikTok today, and they were saying, "How dare we bring this up and we talk about this and compare this to Nazi Germany?" But have you guys actually sat down and actually like watched what Hitler did and how he did it? Has anybody actually taken the time to actually see the
That dude was smart.
oh, he was
Really scary smart.
yep, like stupid smart. And when you think about how he did it, like he started off at a gentleman's club. Like think about that. Back in the 30s, there was no internet. There was barely TV. Was there TV? I don't even think there was TV yet. It was all radio. And if you had TV, you had like it was the select few that had TVs. And think about that. He started off by using fear and actually rallying up a bunch of people who already hated Jewish people and already had that prejudice towards them, and he riled them up. And then how he went step by step by step. It was brilliantly done in that sick, fucked up way. But if you kind of have to look at it, and it's happening again. So in our Project Thanos, we were talking about that, and they are making it so that you hate your government so much that all you're going to do is blame your government, when it's actually happening around the whole entire world. We might have countries right now that are doing a better job than that, for sure. But it's how it's going across globally and how they're doing it in the select few. I think if you follow the Five Eyes, I think it's all those countries that are kind of getting hit the hardest with it. Australia, I think is got to be the king of what's going on. Venezuela, they're not eating out there very much, and now Canada, right? And the U.S. isn't far behind us. If the U.S. doesn't start standing up, yeah, the governments are they're puppets. They are. Trudeau, if you think Trudeau's the one that's making the calls, you guys gotta think again. Anyways, brings me back to what it, like, all of this links back to what I was talking about with Raging Dissident and the fake Canadians. We're at a point where people are losing their jobs. We're at a point where people have literally made the choice. They're making the call. They're saying, I'm going to lose all of that so that I can have this. It brings me back to the point of, what do we do next? How we're not in a civil war already, I will never, ever know why. But my one thought to that is, they, and whoever they is, the elites, let's call them the elites, they did the best job of putting an entire globe of people to sleep. Southwest, I think, is the first domino in the US to fall. You know what? When I had Blake on, actually, I should bring that guy back on and see what's going on in the States. We'll do another What's Up USA next week with him, maybe. He said that there's going to be a shot around the world and it's going to be heard. I had somebody else text me, and they said, if you guys are big Bible followers or big Bible readers or whatever that looks like, they said that something huge is supposed to be happening in November, that there's going to be some kind of big thing that happens. Well, I feel like they're going to crash our healthcare, and they're going to bring in the UN. I feel like that's how they bring in the military. I remember when we said that they were going to start bringing in the military, and when they brought them in the first time was to help out all the shots. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the spring, and everybody's like, well, where's your military, Lynn? Where's your military? I'm like, they're fucking here. What do you mean, where's the military? We're waiting for the UN to start showing up, and now they're starting to show up. Who's going to take care of the hospitals when they start running out of nurses and doctors? Who's going to start? Who's they want the healthcare to collapse. Trudeau's already telling you that you're not going to get any medical. I mean, it's already happening. If you're not vaxxed, you're not getting medical treatment. So you guys figure out a way to start getting yourselves nice and safe. Get yourself some silver so that you can start patching up your own shit. You got something there? You
found the video.
Oh, okay.
Found the fake Canadian video.
Okay, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it earlier. Okay, awesome. Do you have that linked on there? Is it on?
I'll grab the link. Give me a sec.
Excellent. All right.
No, I had to. You might not find it searching on Google. I had to search on DuckDuckGo because everything on Google buries this.
Oh, for sure. All right. So yeah,
Okay,
copy and paste that, please, and give that to people. If you guys haven't watched this yet, this is what I want to talk about right now. Raging Dissident, he talks about, his name's Jeremy, by the way. He talks about what are people going to do right now? What are people going to do at Christmas time when they can't buy their kids gifts? What are they going to do when they can't pay their mortgage? What are they going to do? And everybody who's sitting there, sitting on the fence or on the other side of the fence saying, you're unvaxxed, you have a choice, get the needle. I've been told by my own parent to just suck it up and go get the shot already. Like, I'm like, Mom, have you met me yet? Like, I'm not getting that fucking needle. You'll put a bullet in my head before you put that needle in my body. People are seriously pro this freaking segregation. People are so pro this dividedness. People are so freaking pro if you don't have a shot. My goodness, who is texting like crazy? They're so crazy about separating that they don't care that you're not going to have any money to pay your bills. So where are these people going to go? Where are we going to go? Where are these people going to go? If you have somebody that's in your life, and I had a couple who reached out to me, and they both lost their jobs due to this. Both the two people that bring in money to their household lost jobs. So what are they going to do? Where are we going to go? What is this going to look like? Can you actually play that last minute? Because I think that last minute is where he kind of really starts to go. Yeah, right about there. You got some volume there, Alex? Technical difficulties. Okay, well, as he's kind of fixing that, we'll get that going. But what are people going to do? So it leads me to this. Again, how prepped were you going into this? How prepped were you guys coming into what you guys are going to lose? How prepped were you guys when it came to knowing where you guys were at and where you were going to be? Right? We can only blame so many people for so long until we have to start taking our own responsibilities to things, right? We have to own up to our fuck ups. We have to own up to our decisions that we made. Nothing comes without a repercussion, whether it's a positive repercussion or a consequence, I guess, or it's a negative consequence. You have 1-2 choices, and that's how it's going to fall. How prepped are you? How willing are you to do something? Or do you guys just say, forget it? You got it all queued up there? See if it works. Yeah, go ahead, Alex. Is it going to work? No.
What are they supposed to do?
Oh, here we go.
Where's your empathy?
There you go.
Where's your fucking soul? You people make me sick. These Canadians, wherever the hell you're from. Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, Indigenous lives. You don't give a shit about anybody. You've got real serious, catastrophic level suffering going on. You know what the suicide rate is right now? Prepare for that to skyrocket, especially coming into this winter season. When everybody's lost their jobs. Kids can't have Christmas anymore. If they can even eat anything, what are we going to have? Lineups around the block for the food bank? That's what you did. The empathetic, big heart, hashtag Facebook filter Canadians. You're the fakest fucking people that have ever lived.
All right.
You are going to get what you fucking deserve.
Fucking rights. Okay. So now I'm going to stand up because now I'm getting a little riled up. How many of those fake Canadians have you guys seen in this last year? How many fucking Canadians have actually shown what their true colors are? How many of your friends, how many of your family members have actually shown them or shown you their true colors? How many family members are telling you to just suck it up and go get the shot already? Can't you think about your kids? Can't you be so not selfish about what you want, about how you're going to handle this? Can't you be so like, you're so selfish because all you think about is yourself, and you're going to kill me, and you're going to, get my kids sick, and you're going to do this and you're going to do that? How many of you guys have lost family because of that? How many of you guys have lost your best friends because of this shit? How many of you guys have lost your jobs because of this shit? How many of you guys are bending over backwards and getting the shot because you don't know what else to do? We're sitting there and we're blaming things like Trudeau, and we're sitting there blaming things like, well, it's Trudeau's fault. Well, it was Pallister's fault. Well, to a certain degree, for sure, they're the fucking face to the words that are coming out of their mouths. Do you know, and I keep going back to it, if we would have just have said no to this at the beginning? You sit there and you see Chris Sky and he's losing his shit on his freaking videos, and he keeps saying, like, you fucking Canadians, wake the fuck up. How many fucking times do we have to tell you this isn't worth what you guys are going to be going through? This country is almost shameful to see, and I was told to me once from an American friend of mine, he's like, maybe Canadians were always like this. You just never had a chance to see it because you guys were never faced with anything as serious as this before. Maybe we were. Maybe Canadians were full of shit this whole fucking time. Maybe Canadians were the most fucking hypocritical, two-faced bastards that ever walked this earth. Strong and free. How many Winnipeg Jet fans are going to go and sing that song and sing True North? What True North are you guys fucking celebrating? The one that celebrates segregation? The one where you guys are making the choice to play this comfort game? You couldn't be uncomfortable for more than 6 months where you guys just had to bend over and get a shot? This would have been done if you all said no. You got CBC sitting there. My sister told me the other day, she's like, you should start calling out your cousins that are on the news. And I'm not ready to quite do that yet, but I may start calling them out and be like, if you guys want to talk about your little COVID numbers, come on my show. Come on mine and Shadow's show, and let's have a talk. Because I'd love for you to not have your notes in front of you, and for you to try to remember off the top of your head what these fucking numbers are. We sit on our ass for I like that. That's really good. They had 18 months of brainwashing. They've had way longer than that for brainwashing. They have way longer, and it's not just through the news. So I was a little bit on a hiatus there for a couple days after Thanos, and I just, for the shits and giggles, I saw this on I have that Roku box or whatever, and I saw on Prime Video, I saw what's that damn show, Survivor 41 or whatever it is, 20th season of Survivor. And they're so happy to be back after COVID. They all got tested and all of this stuff. And Jeff Probst, he got himself a nice little facelift. And he looks all, old but young. It's weird. He looks awful. And then I was listening to the cancel culture that was coming out of their mouth. Because you know how he says, what's up, guys? Come on in. Well, he's like, whoa, should I retire that? Hey, guys, come on in. I just want to be respectful. And of course you have, a couple of gay people in there. And the one gay lady said, nope, we're good. You can use what's up, guys. She's like, I don't have a problem with it. But the one gentleman, he had a problem with it because his partner was the there or them or a they or a whatever, and was a male that was pregnant. I'm not going to get into too much of that, because that'll get me kicked off of Facebook. But he had a problem with that. He's like, you can't use what's up, guys. You can't say, hey guys. So all those people who are sitting there on TikTok, who sit there on their podcast and they're like, hey, what's up, guys? Well, we're not allowed to say that anymore. Then the best part keeps going.
Hey, what's up, humans?
What's up, human beings? Can't even do that because they might identify as a furry. Fuck, we can't even do that. Can't even say what's up, humans. I identify myself as a toaster oven. All right. I identify myself.
Ooh, you can make me some toast.
Yes. Either way, we through all of that, one of the people, of course, one of their persons in their family died of COVID, of course, because they had to have that. But the whole show, and then when I was listening to it, I was like, the whole show is literally through propaganda. Then I was listening to a couple of other shows, and then I've never watched this show, and it's like a new doctor TV show. It's called Amsterdam, and yo yo yo. Okay, if you prefer yo yo yo, that's because you're from the '90s, and that's used to be the shit that they used to say on like Arsenio Hall, like yo yo yo. That's or you were a Will Smith fan, and that's kind of that's a '90s yo yo yo. But it's just to say we've been brainwashed for a lot longer than 18 months. So when I was watching that Survivor show, it literally every time I saw that the Jeff guy come on, I was like, oh, the facelift just looks awful. And I'm not sitting here and I'm not bashing anybody because I mean it's to each their own. He wants a facelift, go get a facelift, man. You want to look 20 years the same? I don't know. Then you do what you got to do, man. You do you. I'm all for you doing you. I'm all for you guys identifying as an alien or a flying saucer or whatever you guys want to identify as. That what's up? Isn't that the Budweiser commercial? What's up?
Yeah, but they do it on Scream when he's killing everybody. He's on the phone. It's like, what's up?
Yes, that's So, thank you. She's my coffee cup here. It's my hot water. But it's just to say, like, guys, we've been brainwashed for a lot longer than what we think we have been. Even Raven says we've been programmed for this for a while. We had programming from, when you think about it, from Friends. Even he said Friends, and it really resonated with me because it's been showing dysfunctional family, it's been showing dysfunctional behavior, it's been showing dysfunctional things, but all done to a liberal context. Everything was done with a liberal context. If you actually even look back into your high school, everything was done in a liberal context. When I hear about what the kids are learning in high school, it's very liberal pushed. So we've been in this state for a very, very long time. How all of us here are awake. Somebody told me that if you were like a negative, like I'm O negative, if you're like a negative in your blood type, that you're supposedly more awake than somebody who's in a positive blood type. So I don't know. Maybe let me know what your blood type is, guys. But yeah, I'm definitely O negative, and maybe.
What? Me too.
What? Are you serious?
That's so weird. Yeah. I got a little card that says it in everything.
Yeah. So when I found that out, I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm the universal blood. I can give it a I don't know. I just kind of would like to see if there's actually any truth to it. So it leads to all of this leads to AB negative. Isn't that one of the most rarest ones that you can be? I'm pretty sure that's one of the rarest ones that you can have. A negative. Yeah. See, we were chosen by a higher power to be aware. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the $1 million question. I think if you can find the similarities of why we're awake, I think that we would all be together, and I think that we could collaborate, and I think we could take this down. Maybe it'll reveal itself when it's supposed to. I don't know, but we'll figure that out through time. Leads me to all of this. What are you willing to do to protect your family? What are you willing to do to move the needle so that you can give the most normalcy to your family? I talked to a couple people. I have a couple people they're taken off. They've left already. I've had a couple others that are kind of still debating. I mean, they're starting to run out of time because you can't leave here after October 30th, or is it the 31st? I think it's the 30th. Then the question comes, where do you go? So that leads me to here. Texas governor bars all of COVID-19 vaccine mandates in the state. He said that no matter what, he's going up against the U.S. president. Fuck Joe Biden. No, was it? Let's go, Brandon. He's going up against him and saying that he's going against all of what Joe Biden is saying. He is saying that all vaccine mandates are to be done, and that includes private employers. So we have that guy kind of standing up to it and kind of pushing it. United Airlines just imposed a vaccine mandates on 60,000 of its employees. 9,000 of them are in Texas. So it is actually illegal for United Airlines to actually make those 9,000 employees in Texas have the shot. How this works later on, I don't know. We'll figure that out. What's the other one here? The Fort Worth based American Airlines has 100,000 US based employees that they must submit full proof of vaccination no further than November 20th, or they will be fired. But again, now that this mandate has come in, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these people. Now, is this a false hope? Is this a paid opposition? Is this something to be kind of keeping an eye on? Maybe. But at this point, we have to kind of start to weigh our options here, because in Canada, it's getting bad. It will be like Australia here before you know it. Is the whole country going to be locked down like that? No. But they already asked for the Alberta province to be put under martial law. So Alberta has already been requested to go into martial law. Which means if Alberta goes down, and that's where the money comes from in Canada, you can guarantee that the rest of the country is going to go down pretty quickly too, especially here in Manitoba. Martial law is not something to just scuff at and throw your nose at. Saskatchewan as well. Yep, 100% Saskatchewan. So they're going after the West. They're really going to take down the West. New Brunswick is looking like Australia more and more every single day. I don't know what the fuck's happening in Australia, but holy shit. But New Brunswick's kind of easy. They have a bit of water between us. They're kind of like the little tiny mini version of Australia and Canada. Poland was under martial law for a year. Poland was under a lot of fucking shit for a long time. Alberta, I was listening to that. It was, I believe, Rebel News was reporting on that. I think I saw that last week. I'm pretty sure that was through Rebel News. If you go through that, I'm pretty sure it was Rebel News that were saying that Alberta has been asked to go under martial law. If it wasn't Rebel News, then I'm going to have to take a look, because it was on one of my Rumble sources. Isn't that crazy? Now, they say Jason Kenney's off of his head, and he's off his rocker, and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So that's why they want to bring in the military and get him out of there. I think they're all off their rockers. So before I let you guys go, I'd like to know, who do you think takes it with, well, I don't know if you guys heard this as well, but the PC party here in Manitoba has put an investigation together. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, because of fraudulent voting systems. They're looking through Shelley Glover. They're looking through Heather Stevenson. And they're saying that that there was a whole fraudulent thing. So something must have leaked out somewhere. And now they have a huge inquiry about all the extra people who are part of that party because of the influx of membership. I say they put in Stevenson, and the only reason I say they put in Stevenson is because I think Glover is too likable by people, and I think Glover is more for the people than I think Stevenson is. But that's just my thought. What do you guys think? Who do you think gets in for our first female premier here in Manitoba? And what's her first job when she takes over. I was listening to Greg Wycliffe. He had another TikTok today, and he said he's actually, maybe I'll pull that up. You guys can give it a quick watch because it was actually pretty good. Oops. You guys need to watch this one. You're thinking the same thing? Okay, this is him here. This isn't his newest one. All right. You see this, Alex? Okay.
Alluding to cases getting better just as the vax mandates are becoming normal. Soon there will be headline after headline of the unvaccinated skirting the rules and having fake passports and all of this. And just as that narrative permeates the news, the cases will go up. It'll be flu season, just as it's always flu season, just as it always overwhelms the hospitals since at least 2018 in Canada. There will be more vilification of the unvaccinated and demand for more regulation. With all this hysteria, the idea of going back to normal is basically completely out the window. It's going to be full-on vilifying the unvaccinated, and just a further push for more restrictions and regulations and ID. We want a social credit system. Prediction.
Okay, if you're not following him yet, you guys got to get on. This is his he was on Project Thanos last Thursday. This guy is ridiculously smart. Listen to what he's saying. They're going to vilify us. We're already being vilified, but they will vilify us more. If you guys think that you guys are going Christmas shopping in December, think again. This is going to get pushed hard in November, and they want you not in stores in December. So get your Christmas shopping done early. There's going to come to a point too where they're really going to push for people that are vaxxed to stay away from the unvaxxed, just like they did back in other days. What's this here? Medical tyranny. Yeah, martial law declared in Canada. There you go. Thank you. Are you awake yet, guys? All right. Not to piss on anybody's parade, but if you guys aren't prepped, get your asses prepped. If you guys need to get the fuck out of the country, get the fuck out of the country. Make plans. Pack your shit. Get out. Where are you going to go? I don't know. But find somewhere. Do your research. If you guys are staying in the city, make sure you guys are prepped for looters, people breaking your house. If you guys aren't ready for what's coming, then just know that my heart is with you guys. Get prepped. Be ready. This shit's coming. And it's coming faster than you think. Too old and too poor. Rosanna, there's somewhere you can go. Just make sure you lock your doors really good. Make sure you can buy yourself some food. You know, you can stay in the city. Just buy yourself some foods and just make sure you guys are well protected. Get a couple dogs. Do what you need to do to protect yourselves. Do what you need to do to protect your family. Because this is all we got. Whatever family is left in your life. I feel like I may have pissed a couple of mine off in the last couple days. But that's okay. All right, guys, that is my Tuesday night show for you guys. I will have, I'm going to have sections of that interview with my girl from Cairo in Egypt. So if you guys don't know where Cairo is, it's in Egypt. And she's going to talk about everything that's going down there. We are going to talk about more global stuff, and it's going to be a great show. I'm hoping to get Blake on here for What's Up USA. And then I'm going to be taking about a week or so off at the end of the month. Maybe 2 weeks. Not sure yet. 1 or 2 weeks off. But I will do my best to stay on because I actually can go live now on Facebook. I think today, actually. So please take care of yourselves. It's a depressing show.
No, you were not live on Facebook. It said no.
Dang.
Okay. It said no.
Sometime this week. I get to go back on sometime this week. It's depressing. It is depressing. Is it fun? No. But is reality fun? Not all the time. Are we ready? Are you ready?
Hey, hold on. We are going to do something that me and Sean do in this show. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Just got to find it.
All right.
I've got something for everybody here. Let's just find his thing.
We definitely do need to take care of each other for sure. I think
okay, just
okay. What we got here?
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone.
Okay, and the good news is at the end of the month, I'm getting married. Bam!
Woo! Congratulations. That's awesome. Did she propose to you? Did she get down on one knee? How did you do it?
I proposed like 6 years ago, and we're just finally getting around to it.
There you go. Well, congratulations. That's some really, really good news. That's awesome. Really happy for you, Alex. Congratulations to you and the missus. That's really cool. My wife and I were supposed to get married this summer too, but we decided instead of doing that we were going to focus on just spending time at the cabin and not killing each other. Just kidding. But no, we were going to get married, but we decided with all the COVID stuff that we decided that it was probably not a good idea because we weren't allowed to invite the people we wanted to come on down. Anyways, so Alex, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing news. I wish you all the best and have a fantastic wedding in a good couple days. After next week, guys, I'm going to be on holidays for 2 weeks. So just know that I have about 3 more shows ish coming up. And then we are planning Project Thanos number 2 through our membership. So stay tuned for that. You guys it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be cheaper than doing the Thanos, the one-offs. And so to everybody, thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you so much for supporting the Filthy Truth. If you guys want to, right over here, if you guys want to help us out and get us some new toys and some better freaking technology for you guys, it'll be awesome. You guys are awesome.
Wedding gifts too. Send
right
donations for wedding gifts. No, just kidding.
I can't go any lower than that. That's it. My screen stops there. Oh yeah, see, so let's see if I could kind of figure out how to point right there for Alex. Right there. There we go. All right. Okay, guys. Have a great night. Mr. Alex, play some heavy metal to get us out of here. Shadow Davis is on in 7 minutes. Head over there. Bye, everybody.